Well, it's right in our own backyard, but there's a lot you may not know about Northwest Indiana, from hidden missile silos to a Scottish castle, even a nudist festival.
Joseph Pete explores these unique spots of Northwest Indiana and more in his book, Secret Northwest Indiana, A Guide to the Weird, Wonderful, and Obscure, and he joins us this morning. Thanks for being with us, Joseph.
Oh, good morning. Thanks so much for having me. I've been watching WGN since I was a kid, and I just love your show.
Well,
Great.
awesome. I'm glad. We're just going to run through some of these unique things people might not have heard about. Some might have, but let's just go through them. Dillinger's escape.
Absolutely. Dillinger made one of the most infamous escapes in American history at the the old Lake County jail and sheriff's house. He had shot a policeman of the First National Bank in East Chicago. The bullet holes were actually still in the doorway to that building until it was demolished to make room for a Walgreens in the early 2000s. They caught him in Arizona, extradited him back to Crown Point, where they were building the jail as, supposedly escape-proof. But he was out of his cell one day. He had spread the legend that he had carved a gun out of a wooden washboard, and he used it to lure 14 different jailers and lock them in a cell. With the help of another inmate, they stole the Tommy gun that was meant to keep his gang at bay. They stole the sheriff's car, which was the fastest with a V8 engine, and they made their way to Chicago, which proved to be a fatal mistake. They crossed state lines that put the FBI on the case. And 4 months later, the FBI gunned him down outside the Biograph Theater.
Yeah,
so people can still see that Crown Point jail?
Oh, absolutely, yes. They do tours from May to September, and they also do like ghost tours, and there's a haunted house.
Got it.
Good. And what can we see that's related to a woman who was a serial killer?
Oh, absolutely. Belle Guinness, Hell's Bells, or the Lonely Hearts Killer, is one of the most prolific serial killers in U.S. history. They believe she might have killed as many as 40 or 50 people, both of her husbands, all of her children, and as many as countless Lonely Hearts people. She placed these newspaper ads in Chicago newspapers to get rich farmers to come out to her farm where they would join fortunes. And she would separate them from their money, either poison or bludgeon them, and then dismember and decapitate the bodies, bury them out by her hog pen. There's a very informative exhibit in the LaPorte County History Museum about her farm on McClung Road. They have like one of the skulls under a glass case, a replica of the farm, information about the case, which was very morbid and attracted a lot of national attention.
All right, a Scottish castle.
Oh, absolutely. In Dyer, Joseph Myers, who kind of created this, the Herbalist Almanac. It was sort of like Sears, like a pre-internet Amazon where he sold herbs all around the country. He ended up becoming one of the first millionaires in the area. He built this massive Scottish castle on top of a sand dune in Dyer. It's a very eccentric, whimsical property. They have replicas of the Easter Island statues. They have replicas of the Venus de Milo. It's just a sprawling castle based on one he had seen on his travels in Scotland. And there are peacocks roaming the ground. It's mainly used as a special events venue for weddings.
Yeah, I think I was there for a wedding.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
They had good,
that sounds cool.
They had good chicken rice soup, I think.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
German prison camps in Northwest Indiana?
Oh, that's in the south suburbs, but Camp Thornton, just across the state line, at the border of Glenwood and Thornton, in the Sweetwoods, the Cook County Forest Preserve. It was one of many World War II prison camps in the Chicago area. They took Nazis they had captured in Africa from Rommel's tank brigades and brought them back here, where they had them pick onions in Lansing, pickle onions in South Holland, and work at a fertilizer plant in Calumet City, just across the state line.
Huh.
What do you know? All right, and they love their nudist camps in Northwest Indiana. Who knew?
Oh yes, despite the weather, Indiana is actually home to some of it has a high concentration of nudist camps nationally. Roselawn has 2 of the more infamous ones, the Ponderosa Sun Club and the Sunnower Club. There was an Austrian attorney from Chicago who came down. He ended up founding the National Nudist Association and National Nudist Magazine. He bought some land on the Kankakee River, and it spawned this cottage industry of nudist camps in Roselawn, which is a small town just off I-65, but they draw people from all over to come to visit, to do things in the buff, like playing tennis and swimming and so forth.